So I got the email saying, hey, can you make some stuffed bell peppers? Oh, not only can we make some stuffed bell peppers, we can make some cheesy stuffed bell peppers. Oh yeah, let's get this party started.
Bigfoot Cooking.
Now, to begin this adventure, honestly, there's not a lot of complicated cooking to this. We've got ourselves, of course, our bell peppers. Now, there is a difference in color and stuff, but honestly, you know, some say this is a little sweeter, that's a little sweeter. By the time you're done baking these, they pretty much all taste the same, but they look more appetizing. So pick your favorite color and go for it. But I did have 8 bell peppers to start this party, but one went missing.
What? I just like the taste of bell peppers. What's wrong with that?
So beyond that little mistake of missing one of my bell peppers and not having 8 of them here, we have 8 bell peppers. We have 2 pounds of ground beef. This is 80-20. I've got a pound of Italian sausage. Now I did the mild. You could do the spicy if you like a little more heat, but since I got to cook for more than me in this household, mild's about as much as I can get. I've got minimum of 3 cloves of garlic. In this case, I'm actually going to use 8, but you know, at least do 3 in this, so that way you got a little flavor. Got myself my onion, a can of Rotel, 2 cups of rice. Yes, that's yesterday's rice from another dinner, but you know what? Nothing wrong with recycling, right? I got some Worcestershire, salt, pepper, and for my cheeses that are going in this, we're putting a whole block of cream cheese in it. I've got 8 ounces of pepper jack, 8 ounces of Parmesan, and probably about 12 ounces of mozzarella, because we're going to put 8 in the mix and then we're going to save some of it. That's right, reserve a little bit just to put on the top of these when we're done. So to get this shindig going, let's go ahead and start browning up some meat. Now, of course, to begin any cooking adventure, you need fire, right? And there it is. We'll set this up about 3/4 of a flame. Get this pot up here nice and warm. Yes, I'm using a wok. No particular reason, just I felt woky today. So we'll add a little olive oil to it. Just a dab. Kind of swirl it around some. And we'll give it just a few minutes to heat up. Now, while that's heating up, let's go ahead and start prepping our onion, because you know what you got to do. You got to cut it up into little bitty bite-sized pieces. That way, in this case, we don't want big old hunks of onion. We just want a little bitty bite-sized to go for the flavor. So let me get to the chopping while this is getting to the heating. All right, well, I got halfway done and we're starting to smoke, so I know it's hot. Let's go ahead and add our ground beef. All right, we've got that mashed in a little bit. Now let's add our sausage to it. Get on out of there. Man, that passes the DQ test, right? If it was a blizzard, oh, there you go. All right, while that's going, well, I'm gonna finish cutting up my onion. All right, that's done now. Time for our 3-ish cloves of garlic. That's right, we're getting garlic happy here. All right, I'm just starting to get a little bit of brown on the meat. I'm gonna go ahead and slide the onions in there. That way they all got time to cook together. So splish splash, y'all are taking a bath. Notice we ain't got to the garlic yet. No, you wait a little bit for that, because if you put it in too soon, you can burn it. Not the flavor you want in this thing. So we'll mix these up and we'll just keep stirring until everybody gets brown and the onions get relaxed and dinner gets to dinnering. Alrighty, these guys are looking good in here. We'll go ahead and add our chopped in 2 or 3 garlic. A big old habba-dabba Worcestershire sauce, because this is good eating right here. A little bit of black pepper to add a little kick to it. Now, I'm not gonna do the salt yet. I'm gonna wait until this cooks in a little bit just to see how the flavors are working. And now it's time for our tomatoes and peppers. That's right, we're opening this up a can of Rotel. And while I mean open by hand. Whoa, y'all didn't know this was possible, did you? That's right, can openers still exist in this century. So we'll just slide this in here, water and all, because as this cooks, it does dry out just a little bit. We don't want it to go too far, but we just want to be just right. We gave that a few minutes to get happy. We're gonna work on the hard part, the cream cheese. it may take a minute to mix it. And since everything else is shredded and this is solid, I'm gonna start with this one so that way I can mix it in and then just add the other cheese as I please. All right, cream cheese is gone. Time for the pepper jack. Alley-oop. Hey, all of y'all, we don't forget no cheese around here. The Parmesan, and this is fresh shredded right here. This ain't just the kind you buy in the little plastic thing. It's the good stuff. Now we do most of our mozzarella because like I said, I want to save some of it for when we're done. We can put it on top and have a little layer on it. Oops, let me take some back. Might have given too much. And now the rice. That's right, like I say, in this case, we got yellow rice. You could use white rice. You could use long rice. I mean, what do you like? That's the biggest question. Use what you like. All right, everybody's mixed in, and I mean, look at there, cheesy. It's almost like mac and cheese, but meaty style. So let's see, get us up a little flavor contrast and see what we got going on. All right, time for that pinch of salt I was talking about. Maybe half a teaspoon here, something like that. Let's see. Like I say, I know it's a big pot, but again, if you start out small, you can always add more, but oh, you can't take it away. All right, let's see what we got after mixing it all in there. Because again, you don't want to, especially with a big pot, you don't want to just mix it in one side and not the other. You want to get it all in there. Hot, hot, hot. All right, I think we're good. I think we're really good. So we'll go ahead and cut the flame off on this guy. And now let's prep the peppers. Now, like the queen said, off with their heads. We're gonna take, and there are so many different ways to do this. I'm gonna show you how I do it, but you could do it your way. Now, for the delivery of this, you can either stuff the top of it, or you've seen them where they've actually cut them this way as well. Both ways are right, because either way you're gonna get a stuffed pepper, but just, do you wanna make one dish or do you wanna make two dishes out of one pepper? The choice is yours. For me, I'm gonna take my knife and come in around the top. Let's see. We'll just stick our knife in here and gently persuade the top to come off. Once I get the knife all the way around, a little twist, and out comes the seeds. Oh look, this one comes with bonus peppers. It was just waiting for them to come out. And see? Almost nothing on the outside. Now, take your fingers, take a spoon, take a knife, whatever, but these extra ribs in here, you can go ahead and just get them removed so that way you got more pepper to work with and less, not the best of stuff. So that way at the end of it, you got a nice open pepper. Let me go ahead and do that for all of these because pretty much the same trick that worked for one is gonna work for the rest of them. So it's fast mode. All right, everybody is opened up and ready for the party, except I'm gonna actually take the red ones. I've got some Nashville hot that I'm gonna do, because like I say, there's, the folks that don't want the hot and the folks that do. Well, before we load these guys up, I'm gonna take the red ones. That way, well, they'll be easy to identify. And I'm gonna put a little bit of Nashville hot in the bottom of it, stir it around. I'm gonna go ahead and do that to both of them. That way, it don't matter which one you get, it's gonna have a little bump in the heat and just kind of get that coated all up in there. And well, from there, a spoon, a pepper, and some shoving time. Now, while you're shoving this stuff in here, you don't want to pack it stupid tight. You just want to get it nice and full. Go, 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 Ooh, everybody's stuffed. And like you see, I have just enough left that if I'd have had another bell pepper, if someone hadn't took it, we'd have been good to go with 8 and maybe just a few bites, just for sampling purposes, of course. Now, these guys are sitting here ready to go in the oven, but first we need the extra, we need the cheese. We gotta have a little more cheese on top. I mean, come on, there's probably a law that says thou cannot cheese too much. Unless you're on a first date, then you can probably cheese too much. Look at there, got it just right. Now again, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Nashville hot here, and just a little bit of color on the guys that are wanting the extra heat. Nothing too crazy, just a little something. And I tell you what, this came from Lane's Barbecue out of Winder, Georgia. Them boys, they know seasoning. Go check them out. They would appreciate a little purchasing power, because they're just a small company trying to get started, and anybody that makes good flavor, well, they doing it right. So now we're gonna shove these guys in the oven. I got it set for 350, and we're gonna cook them for about 25 minutes. We're gonna check on them, see what we got, and then adjust from there. Because, you know, there's the ideal temperature and then there's the real world. So let's see how we look at 25. Be back in a moment. All right, 25 minutes in the oven was perfect. The skin on it just started to wrinkle up just a touch. They felt soft. That was money. Now, after that was done, to get this nice, pretty little topping on it, I went ahead and hit the broil selection for about 5 minutes. That way it just helps with the presentation. But you know, there's presentation and there's nom time. So let's go ahead and grab our first victim right here. If I can get him out without burning myself. Whew. They are hot. And I tell you what, it looks awful fancy. I mean, get on up in there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get the old knife action here. Let's see if I can slice this thing in half. Whew. You know, this would probably work better if I actually gave it time to cool down, but tell you what, the smell of the whole house right now is really, really good. Let's see, I'm gonna take me another little slice into it right here. I know y'all are out there screaming, if you just wait 10 minutes, it wouldn't be hot. But if I waited 10 minutes, well, it wouldn't be me. So let's take us a little bite of this guy. Let's get attacked by the heat. Let's take a bite of this guy. Hold on, that wasn't enough. Let's take another bite of this guy. Still conducting market research. Hold on. Almost there. Hold on. We ain't quite done yet. Okay, so after extensive research, I absolutely give this stuff a pass. This really, really good. I mean, adding that little bit of Nashville hot to it just gave it that extra oomph that I crave. And then for the rest of the folks in this house, having the plain Jane, oh, they are good to go. If you happen to make a bunch of these and you have a few left over at the evening, no problem. Wrap them up. You can freeze them. I mean, they'll keep in the freezer. They'll keep in the fridge for a couple of days. Don't worry, they won't go to waste. You know what else won't go to waste? Knowing the fact that Bigfoot is real. Y'all take care, because I'm about to take care of more of this guy. See you on the next one. Oh. Okay, so after extensive research, research, must be spicy.
Well, that was pretty good. Let me go see if there's any more.